Hello, world. How are yous? Welcome again to another episode of the Hang Podcast. Um, should I even consider or call this video cast? Whatever label you want to put on it, that's up to you. I could fucking care less. Somebody told me, oh, because it's video, it's a video cast. Like, fuck off. It doesn't matter. So, welcome. Thanks again for listening or watching. I hope everybody's safe out there. Hope nobody's, hope this whole COVID-19 shit is over. And I want to, obviously, Black Lives Matter is technically never going to be over. Some people are going to forget about it because they don't really care. It was just a fad for them. But for those of you that do care, this goes on forever until racism stops, which is weird because I think racism has always been a thing. I don't know when it started. And I don't know when it'll end, but we can at least, educate ourselves and progress as a whole people. Because I don't think we will ever completely abolish racism, but we can try. In other news, there's somebody a new person I want to give a shout out to. Oh my God, what a loser I am. I'm not even fucking ready. Give me a second. So by the way, this is an old friend of mine from back in the day, from back in my childhood days. Her daughter had just started. Obviously, she's helping her daughter with this new business called. Give me 1 second. It has to do with lip gloss, by the way. And obviously, I don't wear lip gloss for obvious reasons. But, oh my gosh, where is it? Savannah Lynn Cosmetics. That, once again, is a cosmetic and personal care page specifically for lip gloss. So go check it out. She has a website, SavannahLynnCosmetics.BigCartel.com. You could go on the Instagram page too, Savannah Lynn Cos, so SAVNN, so 2 N's, SAVANNAHLYNNCOS. I know it's a mouthful, but just go look it up, and she delivers all over the place. Go check out the products. I can't exactly say they look good on me because I've never put them on, and I don't think I ever will. But when I have my daughter, I will definitely order her some, nice lip gloss if she wants to. So if you're into that, go check her out. Once again, the Instagram page is Savannah Lynn Cos, or go to the website SavannahLynnCosmetics.BigCartel.com. Another shout out once again to Minds Together. They are open once again. If you want to hit them up to see if you can make a consultation with them, go to mindstogetherpc.com or email them at mindstogetherpc@gmail.com. And by the way, Giancarlo Osorio is the founder of that place, and I talk to him once in a while. Not because I'm crazy, because everybody's crazy, and if you don't admit to that, then you probably are crazy. And you're legit crazy. And last but not least, shout out to Crafts by Alysa. Father's Day is coming up. That's, I think, this weekend, depending on when you're listening. But even if you're listening in the future and it's not Father's Day, I know you have loved ones that have birthdays and anniversaries and all that good stuff. And you yourself, you like customized things. You like seeing, this is my mug, Like, what if you could literally write, this is my mug? Mine being me, David. Crafts by Alysa is the place to go to for that. So once again, the Instagram page is crafts_by Alysa, LYSSA. And go check her out. She also delivers all over the place. Without further ado, my guest today is somebody that I've known for years, and I'm proud to say that I have known her for a long time because she is my brother's girlfriend going back to freshman year of high school. I was gonna say Alysa. Eliza, that's right, not Alyssa, is her actually Instagram page, because she wants you to know that she's not Alyssa, she is Eliza Mendoza. And she is a nurse, brand new nurse. She graduated like a year ago from nursing school, almost a year. So she's been out there. She's very insightful as far as like what the whole, COVID thing and how hospitals are going. So, it was really fun talking to her, not just because she's a nurse, but because, it's somebody I like to talk to in general. So without further ado, I'm just going to stop talking now, and you can listen to our episode with Alysa.
Yeah, man. Once again, this song. You know we had to do it again, right?
We had to do it again, boy. I want you to sing to these ladies, man.
So I'm up first. Let's get it. Baby, how you doing? Hope that you're fine. Wanna know what you got in mind tonight. Got me feeling like Jodeci, girl, I can't leave you alone. Take a shot of this here Patron, and it's gonna be on. VIP then got way too crowded. I'm about to and I'm calling it a night. You should holler at your girl, tell her you're shaking the scene. Pull off beep beep shotgun in the GT with me. She said, oh, I'm ready to ride. I was like, yeah, cause once you get inside, you can't change your mind. Don't mean to sound impatient, but you gotta promise, baby. Tell me again, my baby. Oh, I gotta know, baby. Oh, yeah. Tell me again.
Okay, so we're good now. Thank you. Welcome to The Hang. Thanks for coming, Eliza.
No problem.
By the way, I always let people introduce themselves because I don't like what if I say something you don't want to be said about you?
Okay, so my name's Eliza. I'm 22, and I know David because I'm dating his brother.
Yes, it's back in freshman year, which is wild. Like
8 years.
You guys have this like old school love story because I remember my high school girlfriend. Who knows where the fuck she is now? To be honest, not that I don't like her. It's just that it just disappear. People just that's what happens.
That is what happens after high school.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really cool that you guys are still, here. But by the way, Eliza is a nurse, so she's been out there this whole time, fighting your battles that you don't want to. What's that like?
Well, I'm actually not working directly with them because I work in maternal child health.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I have had moms who did have COVID, but it's not like as severe as, the people who actually get admitted for that. So.
I mean, to me, anybody that has it sounds like a big deal, but from what I see, like it's not that. You know what?
Actually, a lot of the moms that I took care of who were COVID positive, they didn't know they had it until they came in to deliver their baby. Okay. Because there are a lot of people who are asymptomatic and are completely fine. So that's kind of what's scary about it. If like you don't have the symptoms and you're walking around with it.
So do you know if it's possible for the kid to have it too?
It is possible for it to transfer between mom and baby, but if what we do in the hospital is we keep the baby away from the mom, and like we tell them, stay 6 feet away from the baby, but realistically when they go home, they're the ones taking care of it. Yeah, exactly. But we test all our babies after a day, and so far we haven't had any positive babies.
Yeah, it's like one of those weird things because it's like I know somebody. She was just on a podcast too, actually. And she said she's in a family of 6. And all other 5 members of her family got it, but not her.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. So she has a good immune system.
Yeah. I think that's what it kind of comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah. Right? How strong your body is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess that's why it's mostly older people.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I've seen in the hospital.
And I'm just trying to I really want to talk to you because I'm trying to disprove myself that this is not that serious. I don't think it is, to be honest.
Well, in the beginning, I was like that. Like, I'm like, it's going to be like the flu. It's not that serious, which it ended up being the complete opposite. Okay. Because when you're in the hospital, you see the numbers coming in. So at one point in my hospital in New York City, we had 1,000 patients who all were there for COVID. Yeah, and I worked maybe 2 nights ago, and we had 8 in the whole hospital.
wow, okay.
So the curve, like if you look at it, it really went down. But at one point, every single floor besides my floor were all taking care of COVID patients, and that's a big deal. Yeah. I guess obviously if you're not in that setting, you don't see it. Like when I go home, I like forget that there's a pandemic going on because I'm able to go out and do stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so it took a while for me to like really think about it. Like, yeah, this shit's really happening.
But at least you're getting some nice perks, right? Like you got nice hotel rooms and free food.
Yeah, so I'm currently staying in a hotel in the city. So New York City was able to give first responders temporary homes if you live with people, just to like decrease exposure. So right now, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So since I live with my parents still, and my mom, she has asthma and all that. Since COVID is a respiratory issue, it's just I probably shouldn't expose her since I am working with COVID patients. So yeah, I've been having free hotels. So that's kind of nice. Like, kind of see what it's like to live by myself.
It's like, yeah. It's like, I mean, I would have treated like at least a vacation for when even though you're going back to work.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a nice vacation. Even and it's funny, like I remember when I was a kid and like Nickelodeon or whatever, they used to be like, win a free trip to New York. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's pointless, but at least I guess I'll stay in a hotel.
Yeah, something extra. Yeah.
Yeah. And oh God, what was I gonna say? I don't know why my train of thought just leaves that quick. What was it? Oh yeah, so you say you work mainly for maternities, or what was the word?
Maternal child health. Yeah, so mom and baby.
So you're not in there when the birth is happening? Like,
well, my main job is the after or the before part.
Oh, okay.
But when I came into it, I was also trained for that area too, and I'm gonna be trained again because I got a new job.
Oh, okay.
But I do like that part. I kind of want to go into that side of it.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people, like even the moms that give birth themselves.
Yeah.
Like my sister, for example, like, she doesn't want to talk about it at all. Like I bring up the conversation, like the benefits of like going through that trauma. Like to me, like any type of trauma, you could come out as a better person.
Yeah.
And like I try to talk to her about it. She's like, I don't even want to think about that. So please stop.
Well, what I heard from Brenda's delivery, because she didn't know what was like how bad it was going to be. Because I feel like when people talk about pregnancy, they talk about like, oh, you're going to have a baby, like all the positive signs. But she didn't know like what the pain actually was. So for her, it was too traumatizing. But yeah, you have to mentally prepare before going in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I guess by now you're like way past prepared in a way. Yeah. But that's cool. So I guess like you don't really shy away from that like stuff that people don't like.
No, yeah. I love that stuff. Like actually on Instagram I follow like this medical page that kind of shows like all like the surgeries and stuff like that.
I think I don't follow it, but I've seen it myself before because I used to, I don't know if you knew this, but my first major ever was exercise science.
Oh wow.
So I was just allowed into like the human body and stuff. And like in the orientation, they took us to I guess their labs or whatever they call them. And yeah, they showed us like a cadaver like already opened up.
That's cool.
And they even warned us like, if you're not comfortable seeing this, don't come in because there's people that straight up
pass out. Yeah, that's happened.
And then I was there looking at it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like you could see it all there. And yeah, I'm one of those people that are, I mean, certain things like maybe it's a little weird, but like videos of like surgeries or like even when it comes to like obviously it's not humans, but when it comes to wildlife killing each other for food, like I'll watch that and like it'll be a little weird, but I won't necessarily be grossed out because it's like that happens every single day, whether you like it or not.
That's true. You know? Yeah, so I think that's like the one thing I knew. Okay, I wanted to do like nursing stuff because that stuff never really bothered me.
Right, cool.
Because like a lot of people I know, they're like terrified of blood and they can't deal with any of that, and like that's not me.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So you're, I guess it's safe to say that you're you have a pretty good time with kids too, if you're doing that.
Because what I wanted to do originally before being a nurse was to be a teacher. But my mom's a teacher and she's like, no, don't do it, it's just like too stressful, you don't get paid enough. And I'm like, okay, so what else can I do? So then I chose this.
Yeah, I know a lot of teachers. I just had a guy that was a teacher. And then that was like one of the main conversations we had. Like, teachers are so important to our society.
They are.
We probably see them more than our own parents.
Honestly, yeah.
And if you have a bad teacher, that might mess you up for a long time.
Yeah.
Especially in those important development stages as a kid.
Because they see you most of your day.
And it's like, it's your, like, whether you want it to or not, you are kind of like the role model. They're going to learn from you.
Yeah.
Like, how you behave, not just like, ABCs and whatever. And the fact that like a garbage man gets paid more than them.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they deserve way more. And I don't know. Sure. Yeah.
And I think that, and I guess it kind of ties into what's going on right now. Like, we're talking about cops and defunding them and whatnot. I think, if you gave not only a higher wage, but like, I mean, from what I see, like, all occupations that have high pay, like, are high paying, there's less of a chance for you to get them because there's more selective.
Definitely.
So I think if their wages, cops and teachers, were to increase, you'd have a lot less shitty cops and shitty teachers.
That's true. That's so true. Yeah.
Like, I remember a couple of my teachers, like, and even now, like, I'm not gonna say their names, but like, people that I went to school with that are becoming teachers, and
you're like, why are you with?
No, like, no.
That's actually the same thing with us. I didn't realize these people want to be teachers because I'm in high school. Like, you would have never thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're the type of person.
Yeah,
right?
To be a teacher, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I actually, throughout my teenage years and a little into my 20s, I worked at like summer camps and after school programs.
Oh yeah, Sergio told me about that.
And
I used to be his counselor.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm the oldest one in my family, so like, I've been dealing with kids my whole life. And whether I'm doing a bad job or not, it's like, there's just people that don't like dealing with kids for obvious reasons. Yeah. But to me, it's like, it's not that hard, right?
Yeah.
Can't like.
Just gotta be on their good side and they'll listen to you.
And you can't just like be all. And you have to obviously control your own emotions and just think about what you're gonna say and your actions. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like I said, there's certain people that I'm like, you might need a little more life lessons before you step in the classroom.
That's true. Yeah, you really have to check yourself because, like, if you don't deal with it yourself, then you'll probably like react to something with the children a certain way, and then they'll pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and kids are really smart.
Yeah, and then they go home and it's like, where did she learn all these bad habits from? Or, bad examples. And, and I don't know if the parents always want to blame the teachers, because for them, like, the teacher knows what they're doing. Yeah. Do they really? Oh man, I should start writing things down, because it's like, I don't know why. Like,
you think of something and then
I think of something, and then by the end of the sentence, it's gone. Oh god,
let me take a sip.
Yes. Maybe this will help.
It's better with ice.
Yeah, that's, by the way, we're drinking mezcal. If you don't know what that is, it's like tequila on steroids. Yeah. And I haven't had it in a while. And I took a sip without it, and it's like, whoa, okay.
It's a little bit stronger. Yeah,
it's definitely not the type of thing you want to shoot, like, take shots. Like, trust me, guys, whoever's out there. It's good.
Take it slow with this one.
Yeah. I've had like flavored mezcal, like where they, I don't know how they do it, but
it's like infused in.
Infused with like a grape flavor or
that sounds good.
Some type of fruit. Yeah. And they sell that. There's a lot of like artisan places in I was gonna say New York, Mexico, that that's what they do, and it's like they're small business, and like it's usually better than. I mean, I don't really know any like mass-made mezcal, because it's like... Oh, yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what mezcal was till I started dating Sergio, and then I would come around your family and they would have mezcal.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's why they don't really bring it around United States that much, because like they know how strong it is. If people aren't careful. You're gonna end up who knows where and whose apartment, and then you're gonna be like, I made a big mistake.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I think I remember what I was gonna ask you now. So like growing up, did you have that teacher that, or even in college, would you agree or disagree that you learned the most out of teachers that were like not necessarily stick to the book or whatever the plan is?
Definitely. I had this one teacher, the very first one in nursing school, where he used absolutely no textbook, no nothing. He didn't have any PowerPoints or anything. He would teach based off like his memory or like whatever he felt like talking about that day. And like, I can tell you everything that I learned from him, I can still remember compared to like all the other teachers who have like way more experience and stuff, just because like he taught it in a way that was like, it really stuck to you. Like, I don't like teachers who just like read from the board or read the book and then we'll talk about it. That was like, I hated going to school for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he was like the best. Like, if I wanted to be an educator, I would probably be like that type, try to like shy away from doing like PowerPoints and stuff like that.
In my opinion, like experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna listen to, because I had a music teacher. Once again, I'm not gonna say his name. Different people have different opinions on this, but I personally like the fact that like this music teacher that I had, he was like, I have records of him with him in the credits in the back, whether it's a musician or producer or engineer. And even though he had like a lesson plan technically to prepare for us, he would talk more about his own experiences. Yeah. And like,
that's cool.
Yeah. And just try to like get us to learn through the action.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna like, you sit down at the desk and, you know, click the buttons or play the notes or whatever.
Yeah.
Cause like, that's how you're gonna learn, just by doing it. And like, I could sit down here and tell you all this theory. Cause I remember there was a couple things that he taught us at first, and I'm like, okay, I don't really get it, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah. And then when I tried it myself years later, I'm like, oh, that's what he was talking about. I get it now. You know, and it's like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't know what the nursing world is like, but is it kind of like that?
Well, it's kind of hard to do it based on experience in a way, just because you can't like have a specific patient look exactly how you explain it. But that's why most of them are just like, oh, let's read through the book or let's read through the slides. But that's why my favorite part of nursing school was actually going into the hospital and following a nurse and doing what she does, because that's exactly what the life is like. You're not going to be memorizing everything. Right. Because I honestly don't remember a lot from nursing school.
That's what I personally hated that. Like, when I was in college, and that's what kind of discouraged me, like, of continuing
to go through school.
Because it was like I would learn 1,000 things and then only get quizzed on 20 of them.
Exactly.
And it's like, what? I mean, I understand the point, like, you want to know everything, but you're not gonna remember. And then you're gonna judge me because those 20 things that I might not remember reflect on my memory. Like, I don't know if I like that.
It's so hard. And like, it sucks because in nursing school it was like pass or fail kind of thing. It was based on only exams. Like, we couldn't perform any other way. And for us, anything below a B was failing.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
It's like, it was like 79 point something or higher is passing. Well, so we had no room for error.
Maybe it's like a private school thing, because you went to LIU. So that's they have their, you can make your own rules basically. And like I guess state schools and city schools where it's different. Like everybody has the same, like, just rubric, I guess you can call it.
Well, I think it's the nursing world in general, because I was looking at other programs and it was also the same way. Because a lot of people just want to go into the field because they know, like, it's kind of like easy money. You go to school for 2 years and then you can start working and getting good pay and good benefits. Right. So that's why they're making the schooling a bit harder to get into.
Yeah. So things like that is exactly what I'm talking about.
With teachers.
For teachers like cops, it's like you want to make it harder because honestly, not everybody qualifies. Like,
exactly.
And even if you want to be a meter maid, like, you know, you still got to have some type of like mental toughness and critical thinking abilities.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, I think, I mean, I haven't talked to one, or like I'm not friends with one of them, but they're just like kind of robotic.
Yeah.
And like, do you ever make any decisions of your own? You know?
Yeah, there was one point where my brother wanted to be a cop, actually. And I'm like, why do you want to be a cop? He actually didn't know why. And like, he took the test and like, he passed it to, I really don't know how it works. But the fact that he passed that exam and he can be a cop once they call him, I was just like, why? Like, that's not.
And I've met your brother, and it's hard to say like who's a cop type or not, because like,
yeah, well, he's not gonna be a cop anymore. He's like, especially with how the media and everyone is like, he's like, I don't want to represent that. He's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it feels like once you're in there, it's like a fraternity, and you have to like be loyal to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you have your own opinions, you're gonna be the odd man out.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah, so he was just like, let me go a different route.
Yeah, obviously, like, all cops are, I mean, we always say that they're not all bad.
But then, like, that one person, like, if you don't back up that one, like, if you just cover up that one thing, then that kind of makes you at fault also.
Right,
if you didn't,
exactly.
if you saw it and you didn't do anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard right now, I guess, just being, and either side, really, it's a little hard, because it's like to this day, I'm pretty sure right now there's people out there protesting.
Yeah.
That, you know, just, I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes down to like racism. 'Cause it's like, it's not necessarily, I mean, the systems are messed up. Yeah, are messed up.
Yeah.
But it's because of racism. It's
exactly.
It's like if that wasn't an issue, I don't think the system would be flawed to one type of person.
Yeah. But then again, it's like everyone's own opinion. Like, how do you really change?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like really hard.
You know, right now, that's what I keep saying. It's like we're putting kind of Band-Aids on this, like arresting the cops who murdered George Floyd or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, people still think that way.
Exactly.
And until you stop that, it's like, it's just going to keep going. Whether
it's going to happen again.
One individual. Or
yeah.
another.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Just to like switch topics a little bit. You went to LIU in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Is that correct? So my fat ass wants to know, did you go to the Cobb Market?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it actually opened up while I was there. So it was perfect. It was like right before nursing school. And when it opened up, my friend and I actually made it a thing to try every single.
Oh, nice.
And then I also did it with Sergio too. When it first opened up, we wanted to do like a food vlog. And we're like, we're going to rate all the foods here. But we didn't even get past like 4 places because we were like so full. But we tried everything. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah,
it definitely is. Is that the Instagram page you guys made?
Oh, yeah. We have a food Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'll put that on the info, because I kind of forget about it. And obviously you can't
I forgot about it. Yeah, we
day.
haven't done much because we can't go out.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy, like, I follow, like I said, I have to exercise a lot because I love eating food.
I mean, I probably should start exercising.
Who doesn't, you know? But I try to follow every food page out there.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why we made a page, not to like be active, just so we have a page where it's all just food based, so we can find like new places to try.
Right.
Because like it was getting mixed with like the people we follow, and we're just like, let's just have something separate for that.
I see what you're talking about. Gotcha. Yeah, now I'm the type of person that likes, you know, it's New York City. Like, there's so much food here. And I was just thinking about that. Like, somebody from out of town not too long ago asked me, oh, can you give me a good restaurant on the Upper East Side? And I'm like, well, you have to be a lot more specific.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have to ask what kind of food you want.
Yeah.
And the price range.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And, like, the atmosphere. Because it's like, like, if you want, like, for example, like, really good tacos, go to Jackson Heights or something. But if you want to sacrifice the quality for like a good sit down place, then
the atmosphere and everything. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, the Cobb Market was the first time I seen fried pizza.
I tried it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, for sure. And they had like a lot of different, like, I don't want to call them exotic, but it's just things that I would have never thought that go on a pizza, like truffles and.
Yeah, I had the truffle and I think prosciutto.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
It was really, really good.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I mean, are they open right now? Do you know?
I think they're open for pickup, I believe.
Yeah, that would make sense. And they have a little Cat's Deli. If you don't know, it's like I'm probably should not advertise on that much because they're not gonna pay me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like there's at least like 30 different, I guess, little restaurants or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, little business, food businesses.
And I mean, to be honest, like actually, I don't mind advertising because they are small businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them are, besides Cats.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, Cats is a.
Well, kind of small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
small
true.
business, but it's I guess.
Oh, well known.
Yeah, family owned. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like a chain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's maybe 3 locations.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah, and it's all in New York and Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the original one is downtown. If you don't know, it's you go check it out. You're not gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
And everything else there, you know, like I'm not a coffee guy, but like I still try like the coffee stands they have out there, because it's like even though. I mean, I hate paying for coffee because, like I said, I'm not a coffee guy.
Yeah, it's inexpensive too.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
And it's like some stuff tastes good. Like you could tell when it's good coffee from bad coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though I'm not like a connoisseur when it comes to that.
Yeah.
It's still nice though. So what? Obviously, Long Island University. You're going to the Brooklyn campus, but is that the bigger campus? Or?
So basically, if I have this correct, they used to call like Brooklyn, Queens, like all of it used to be Long Island because we were on the island away from New York. And so the Brooklyn campus was actually the original location, the Long Island University campus. And they bought the one out in Long Island. Oh, okay. And that ended up being like the main campus.
So I'm guessing you've never been to that campus.
No, I haven't been. Yeah.
Because I guess that's now the main campus because they have like dorms and concert hall and all
way
this
bigger.
like campus looking.
Yeah, we're kind of like in a tight spot because we're like one stop away from Barclays Center, so we're not that
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of downtown Brooklyn, basically.
Yeah, it was a good spot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
yeah.
It's I mean, I didn't go to school, so I can't really say, but if you're there, like, and you want to do like extra, just kind of do something entertaining or get some cool food, that's like the perfect place to be.
It was, yeah. And I used to never go to Brooklyn before, so when I went to college, I'm like, damn, I have to learn to get around, which it was like the perfect location. Yeah. So I figured out where Barclays Center was, and then like, is that J Street, like right nearby? Yeah. So. Yeah, we got to explore and find food all over.
And exactly. It's weird because it's like, I mean, I don't know how well you are like geographically at knowing maps and stuff, but
I'm terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's like you take one turn and you're at a place where you wouldn't think it's like necessarily like I'm trying to say like. How what's the street? Is it it's not Atlantic, but it's not Flatbush, is it? That goes like when you cross the street to the market from the campus.
DeKalb.
Oh, it is DeKalb. Okay. Yeah, and then if you like go towards the bridge and like not go on the bridge but just keep going on that street, you end up in like Dumbo. And the waterfront,
Yeah. And like then, how different the neighborhoods change as you follow that one street.
Exactly, and it's just like they're so like tightly packed that the neighborhoods, from like one block to the other change. Yeah. And you're able to see like the difference, like I guess the gentrification of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So what made you, I guess? I mean, you kind of already answered. I was gonna say what made you pursue nursing, but like from what I get, like I could assume, but you could.
Well, actually, it's like such a Filipino stereotype for like all like Filipinos to be nurses, and that's kind of like the first thing, the reason why, because my parents were like, "Oh, you're smart, you can do everything, you can be a nurse or a doctor." So I'm like, I didn't know what I wanted to do besides being a teacher. So I'm like, let me give it a shot. And then luckily I liked it and ended up sticking to it. But that's like, I wish there was something more than just that. But yeah.
I mean,
follow the family stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. And if And if you're okay with that, then that's even better. Because it'd be worse if you didn't like it at all.
Exactly. No, I told my parents, like, if I didn't like it, then I'll try something else. But it ended up working out for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to pick a career and, like, just work to work.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been.
Luckily, you didn't do like me, like pick 5 different majors. So
yeah, that must have been really hard.
Yeah, I finished school not too long ago. But I mean, that's the thing too. Like, I used to just, like, I hate to say it, or not really, but I'll admit it. that like, I would skip school to go have recording sessions. You know, to me that was more learning. Like, I was gonna learn better that way, anyways. But I also don't regret it because I learned a lot about different things. So, like,
that's good. Yeah.
At one point, like, my major was finance, so I took accounting and.
So that's still very beneficial.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
And after I got out of that, I'm like, everybody should be taking.
Exactly.
This.
Yeah, I wish I took that actually.
Yeah, for sure, because it's like nobody's taught, like, unless you come from a family that already knows this stuff.
Yeah, nobody really teaches you how to do all those things.
Yeah, how to deal with money. And
yeah.
Actually, one of my childhood friends, she's currently, like, starting this little lip gloss business with her daughter, who's like 5.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and, like, the fact that it's technically her daughter's business, like, obviously the mom's gonna help her along the way, but, like, she's just teaching her at a very young age on, like, how to handle money and responsibilities and, like, just everything on how to handle a business, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what I told her. I'm like, I congratulate you for doing that, because, like, imagine if we grew up like
exactly
that.
Yeah, I'd probably manage my money better.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah,
nobody tells us until it's, like, a little too late.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Then you're like, now I gotta fix all these problems I got myself into.
Yeah.
But by the way, have you ever actually lived in the Philippines?
No, I was born and raised here. I've been to the Philippines maybe like 4 times in total. I used to go like every year when I was younger, up until my brother was born. And then I visited again maybe 3 years ago.
Nice. What, I guess, city or town do you go to?
So my family's from Batangas. I don't know if you know, like, there was a volcano eruption earlier in the year.
Right.
That's exactly where my family's from.
Okay.
So we were affected by that. So it's kind of like a touristy area because of that volcano, because you can visit it, and there's like a whole like golf resort right by there, and it's only 2 hours away from the capital. So a lot of people go there to like sightsee.
Yeah, it's just interesting because I feel like I have to ask everybody that's Filipino, like, where or what area they've been to, because it's so many like little islands.
There's like 7,000 islands. So
it's like, Jesus, how do you like?
You can't, like, I've only been to my hometown, maybe like 2 other islands. And the capital. That's only it. Just because I haven't been back and forth, but yeah, it's
And would they
huge.
even have airports, or you have to like take a boat, or?
Some places you might have to take a boat too, but like now that like tourism is picking up in these islands, they're like building and making airports in these areas.
You know, obviously this movie is not based on the Philippines, but I felt like when I was watching Moana and and like, you know, they were talking about going to all these different islands. I kind of picture that's how the Philippines is like, maybe back then they didn't know that they like all those islands existed, but just go and you'll bump into one.
Yeah,
you know?
that's honestly how it is. Yeah.
So I definitely would like to one day go, even though like I see all this crazy like huge spiders and things like that.
It's kind of reality check when you. Well, I mean, it's kind of getting better, but unless you're going to like the I don't know,
jungle.
The jungle, everything, like our capital kind of looks like New York City. There's like, we have skyscrapers and stuff like that.
That's why I want to go, because I want to see all the wildlife.
Definitely go. When I went 3 years ago, I went to Palawan, which is like, it's now being a really touristy, like when I went there was a bunch of like Europeans there. And it's so cheap. It was $30 to visit 6 islands.
Oh wow.
Like we went island hopping for a day, and like it came with a full-on like meal, and it was only $30.
That's cool.
It's so cheap.
I imagine like Philippines is such an underrated, I guess, country.
It is. It's like, slowly picking up though. I mean, if I was from there, the only reason why I'd want for tourism to pick up is so that we could just have more money. That's true.
For the economy. But it's like, you just gotta make sure it doesn't get too touristy, because then
then it's all about tourism.
Yeah, like I think that's one reason why I don't want to go to Cancun.
Oh, I was just there last year.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, not like everybody tells me it's beautiful, and I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But I just like when I go to Mexico, I don't want to hang out with Americans.
That's true.
You know?
That is true.
I want to see Mexicans. Like I want to interact with Mexican people.
Yeah, that is very
and
true.
It's like the same place where Sergio's from, like Tijuana. Like even though not anymore, it's not as touristy. If you go a little more south to like this area, this town called Rosarito. It's like it still has a very like old school town kind of vibe, but you see a lot of white people.
Oh wow!
Like a lot of retired Americans.
Oh, so they all have like a vacation home there or something?
And it's like I can't blame you, because it's like
way cheaper and
this
down
is
there.
a nice place to live, but I come to Mexico to see Mexicans, you know.
Yeah, I definitely want to visit Mexico again, but not go to Cancun and the touristy spot, just because like. It's all about tourism there. Like it's not like, oh, just buy my souvenirs. Like I was kind of like not really like, they kept bothering me when I was walking down the street to buy their stuff.
Gotcha, right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously if you go with somebody like us, you won't be bothered as much.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's like even there, like obviously like me and my siblings communicate in English, because that's our main language. But then when we go back, I told my sister Brenda, I'm like,
don't speak English.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you speaking English?
Because they're gonna
like, we're not tourists. Like they're gonna think we are.
Yeah.
And they're gonna overprice us or everything. But yeah, it should go definitely. I don't know how much you're into like ancient civilizations, because I am like big into that, and that's why I love going to the pyramids.
I was supposed to go there, but it was
sure.
far from Cancun. I think it was like 5 hours. Like you had to put like a whole day to travel there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this, as a matter of fact, I got that in.
Oh, that's cool.
In Teotihuacan.
Yeah, that's where I was supposed to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it is pretty far because it's closer to Mexico City.
Yeah.
And you would have to like.
I had to get on a bus. I think it was like maybe 7 hours.
But you know what's close to Cancun is the Mayan pyramids. So like Tulum.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's so, like right under.
That are more like
south,
squarey, like the pyramids.
Okay.
I don't know how big they are. I assume they are still big. But like the ones closer to Mexico City, those are like the huge ones.
Yeah.
Look like, I think it's the second biggest pyramids in the world. So if you get a chance,
I do want to go.
Just to see, and like, even if you're not into like the mythology or you believe in this or that, just to see like how huge they are.
Yeah, I definitely want to go explore.
It's cool. And then once you're on top, I mean, you just gotta go. I'm explaining how it is, but if you just go and see what it's like, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. But once you're on top of the pyramid and you see the whole, like, I guess, city. You can see, depending on how good your imagination is, you could see the actual buildings of the city. Like,
oh, wow.
Because it's like
how everything was like outlined.
Yeah, exactly. They still have like the remaining, I guess, the outline, like the basic stones on like, where the buildings were built, and like the courtyards that they would have.
That's cool.
And like there's even places where you have to be quiet because like they can just fall apart.
Oh no! That's how like fragile everything is.
Yeah. So that's cool that like, some things are still able to be kept. Like in Mexico City, I don't know how much you know, but that was built on top of like the whole Aztec city.
Oh wow!
So there's still remnants of like in the middle of the city. There's one spot that they reserved.
Okay.
Yeah, and I forgot the name of it. But yeah, it's like if you think about it, you're living on top of a whole city they just built over, and then there's this area in the south that is all canals. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that's how all of Mexico City used to be.
Got it.
It used to be canals where people were like growing their food, and unfortunately because of like modernization, and global warming and all that. Yeah, it's like only that little area in the south is left. Wow, and that's a big touristy spot. You probably, like see it in novelas and things like that. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, the more we grow financially, like the more chances we have to just go. To these places. Yeah,
definitely. I'd like to travel.
Yeah, for
back
sure.
there. Yeah.
So I guess do you travel often in general?
Well, this was like the year I wanted to travel because I'm like, okay, I have a stable job. I'm going to like set aside all of 2020 to just travel whenever I can. But obviously that didn't work out. The only places I've been to was Cancun, Canada, and the Philippines, I think. Yeah.
It's not a bad place to visit, Canada.
Yeah.
What do you
So I've been to Toronto. I've been to Vancouver because I have family over there.
That's cool.
And last year when I visited them in Vancouver, I had a stopover in Montreal. So I was in Montreal for a day with my brother. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been to Montreal and I guess Niagara.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like I went to Buffalo, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
And
it's right by there.
yeah, and I would go, but I would definitely say go to the Canadian side because there's a lot more.
Yeah, that's the side I went to, the Canadian side.
Yeah, because in the American side, it's just like the Maid of the Mist tours, like a little gift shop and restaurant, and that's it. So in the other side, there's like actual casinos and like things to do. But I want to can you tell me a little about Vancouver because that sounds like an interesting place to me.
So Vancouver, it's like right above Seattle.
Right.
But what it's known for is this place, Whistler. I don't know.
Okay.
It's like
I
where
heard
people
that name.
go skiing. They had the Winter Olympics there.
Right,
so every time I go, like my family, none of us ski, but we always just go there every single time I go over just to take like the cable cars to the top because it's like really nice. That's what they're most known for.
Are you like afraid to try to ski or?
I just never gave it a chance. Well, I'm also very clumsy on my 2 feet already. So I'm like, I'll probably get myself in an injury if I do try. But the fact that we've been in New York and like you don't really get, unless you travel upstate to go ski, like I never found the opportunity to just go.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you just got to make the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because like this year I couldn't, but last year I started snowboarding, which is
that's my brother picked up
same thing,
snowboarding.
But on the side.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like that more than skiing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like.
Is it like easier to control, kind of?
If anything, it's harder. But I just don't like. I mean, it's weird why I like it more because it's like I feel like you definitely have more control with skis.
Oh, got it. Just because you're like facing forward, you're using hands as well.
You have like the sticks, but you and then you move your feet to slow up or whatnot.
Yeah.
But snowboarding, it's like I don't know if you've ever been on a skateboard.
I used to skateboard.
Yeah, it's just like that, but the only difference is you can't get off when you
Got
want
it.
to stop.
Got it. That's true.
So you just kind of have to like turn towards the
side.
Parallel to the hill, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
to kind of stop the
and I also like the fact that I was going fast.
Got it.
So it was like woo, and then when I fell like whatever. That's just part of learning.
Yeah, that's true.
And then like when when there are little hills, like I'm not gonna lie, the first time I went, like I got some air. I'm like, oh shit. And I landed like thankfully, but eventually like I kind of fell. But then like later on, like I just like anything, once you do it a couple times, you get a little more courage.
Yeah.
And like I try to do like a little trick, but it was like
no.
If I saw myself, like if somebody was filming me, I'd be like weak.
Yeah,
that sucked. But to me, it felt like it's like. But yeah, it's like unfortunately this year too. I was planning on going in March or April because like it's still cold up there.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, they make the snow.
Yeah, that's true.
But then,
this whole thing,
and a lot of things that I wanted to do couldn't happen.
Yeah.
But I heard you guys were planning on going somewhere upstate soon. Is that true?
Where are we going? Where are we going upstate?
Didn't you want to go hiking?
Oh, we're going Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to be more outdoorsy. Just because we've been inside all the time, and like hiking you can still do with a few people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you're out in the open. We're gonna go to Minnewaska State Park. I don't know if you know. It's really 2 hours away from here, but there's like a cliff and a waterfall.
It's not past Albany.
I don't think so because it's only 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find where it's from, but yeah, I'm just going with a few cousins, and we're just gonna attempt to hike also.
Okay.
Because like when I talk to my cousins about hiking, like I want to like climb, walk, and stuff, and they're just like, okay, what do we wear? What food? Like they're about like sitting down and eating. I'm like, that's not the point of us going outside. They're talking about like, okay, what is our outfit? What are we wearing? I'm like, no, that's not why I wanted to go. But
like you actually want to have the exercise part of
exactly.
it.
Yeah. And they're all just excited about the views. Well, I mean, the views there look really good. So
yeah,
really nice.
Actually, I'm planning with a friend of mine. It's a little more, it's not like extreme hiking, but it's a little more for the advanced, since pretty sure Sergio told you, like we used to go to a camp
he told me
in Lake Placid where we hiked every single week. And we're planning on going to hike the tallest mountain in New York.
Oh, wow.
Mount Marcy. And it's crazy because he's like, oh yeah, let's do it one day. And I'm like, we can't exactly do it one day because it takes longer to hike the mountain than to get there.
Wow.
So we have to stay there the night,
like camp out
before, and then hike the actual mountain, come back down, and then there's no way we're coming back home that
you
same
guys
night.
gonna be exhausted. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it'd be cool because it's like you're on top of the state, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, it's called Mount Marcy.
Okay.
I guess that's where Marcy Avenue comes from.
Oh.
And the name, I don't know. There must be some history behind the name Marcy. But and it's like up there, it's like all the major peaks, because it's like another famous one is Whiteface. So by the way,
I heard of
if you didn't
Whiteface.
know, that's where they had Winter Olympics twice in Lake
Oh,
Placid.
okay.
So Whiteface is one of them where it's like, well, the actual Lake Placid, you guys can't see, but let's pretend this is the town. In the middle is Lake Placid. Our camp was right here, and this is Mount Whiteface Mountain.
I heard of Whiteface. Yeah.
It's called the Whiteface because it's literally like snow.
Oh, got it.
And it's like steep. Like you have to like do that like kind of climbing, like real rock climbing. That is like
another level.
That one's they say is the hardest mountain to climb because of that reason. Like Mount Marcy is just very long. Like it's simple. I don't know. You actually climbed it. It's simple, but it's just. Do you want to jump in?
It's just long.
It's just long.
Just long.
It's like a marathon.
Okay.
Yeah. Like hike.
Okay.
It's just all day. Probably like take a couple hour breaks.
I should probably take you along since you've hiked a lot. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. And like, how expensive could upstate be at this time? You know.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something like I've climbed. I forgot the second tallest. I've climbed that one. Do you remember?
Algonquin.
Yeah, Algonquin. I've done that one. Yeah, it's funny. Like they had all these names. They're like very, I guess, New Yorker. Cause Algonquin were like the first people here. I'm assuming. Yeah, you must have learned all this history too.
Probably like years ago.
Yeah,
I'm like, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Algonquins were the native New Yorkers. And yeah, it's like that whole area is just a whole bunch of like major peaks, like the Adirondacks, and then like I said, like the Olympics were there, so they have a big ski jump.
Oh yeah,
kind of thing. And I've never been there in the winter, but I assume it's like a big skiing, snowboarding
spot.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
By the way, just really quick, I just want to see the time. I don't know how long we've been going.
47.
Okay, not bad.
You just blocked it.
Yeah. All right. By the way, that's Sergio. I mean, you guys know him already. If you haven't,
he's been on this twice, right?
So you don't have to be here anymore, but he is helping out. So thanks. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. Like just to get out in general, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Were you like? Did you do that at all growing up? Like,
no. Well, my family was more into just camping. So it used to be a yearly thing where we would pick like a camping site, all like in New York, or I think we would go to Pennsylvania and Massachusetts. And then every single year we would do a different one up until we started getting in like our late teens. They're like, you guys are old enough to just go on your own.
Yeah,
or like,
that's true though.
They're just like, it's not as fun. But yeah, so that's what we used to do.
Yeah, I mean, I still go on a camping trip with like my friends. And it's usually upstate, and it's very different from when I was a kid. Like, because now you're drinking and whatever.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I mean, it's still fun. You still do kid stuff. To be honest.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little different. And then when you have kids of your own, that's different too, you know.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're like still getting out there,
Mm-hmm.
it's good because it's like we live in this place where other than parks,
Yeah.
kind of outdoors.
Exactly. Yeah. Like because on my off days, like I would leave my hotel, and it's just like it's the same thing.
It's just more buildings.
Yeah, more buildings. That's all you see.
Yeah. Like I went out there once in a while, and I remember, on a Friday night, I was driving around like Washington Heights, Dykeman Avenue.
Oh, okay.
And, at that time, on that day, it's like party central.
Yeah, yeah. And how was it that night?
It was like, I could not believe what it looked like. There was not a single soul out.
Oh, wow.
Like,
was this recent or was it like in the beginning?
I think it was towards the beginning.
Okay,
Like the first
yeah.
2 weeks. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you? Like, did you get to see things like that?
Yeah, like the very beginning when I first moved into the first apartment that the city gave me, I walked from First Avenue all the way to like Rockefeller, and then I walked that area, and it was like completely empty. Like that whole strip where people go shopping usually.
Right.
There was no one there. There was probably like 5 people in total, and the rest were just cops like guarding like the actual like the church, and they were guarding Rockefeller Center, so we're not allowed to walk into it.
Right.
But like when I checked into my other, I had they give you the hotel for just a month.
Okay.
So I finished the first reservation, and then they moved me to a different spot, and I'm right by Port Authority now.
Okay.
So it's so busy now. I feel like everyone, because the restaurants are open, there's like a Two Bros in the corner, and there's like people hanging out there all day.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, but it's way more busier now than it was. I feel like everyone just forgot about it.
Yeah,
So.
I know. And I was gonna ask you, like, have you seen or like ran into any of these protests going on?
No, I haven't actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised because it's like, I mean, I don't know how often you go out there, but it's like almost every day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like I always want to join the protest, but I'm always scared. Like if it's not a peaceful protest, like how am I gonna escape it?
Yeah, and that's what I tell people, like, because there's people out there that are saying, if you're not, speaking up or saying something or joining us, then you're part of the problem. It's like, whoa, relax. Like, first of all, people like me that can't walk right now, because I pulled a nerve or some shit in my leg. Mm-hmm. So unless you're giving me a wheelchair or crutches, like I literally can't join you.
Oh wow. Wow.
And to me, this is like what we're doing right now is my way of speaking up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Exactly.
my answer to the solution.
Yeah.
Like having the conversation about the issue.
Exactly.
Because it's like, to me, in my opinion, that's how I'm actually gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
And I just don't like it when people like
Go too hard and
try to put you in this box or this bubble that's like, you know what, I mean, you can do it, but that doesn't mean shit.
That's true.
It's like you don't know what's going on. And then I definitely realize like there's people out there that have like, families to take care of, or they might have an occupation that they don't want to risk losing, or like they don't want to get hurt for obvious reasons. And it's like, I'm pretty sure most people out there don't have kids.
It's mostly the young people, I think.
Yeah,
that are
like
going
nobody
out there.
Everybody out there is probably unemployed.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother went to a few actually, and he was
Right.
like, it was mostly like younger people.
Yeah, and I understand it because I mean, it is younger people that are thankfully our generation has been taught by now that like color, like your skin color doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like we're all like, it's like fucking Sergio wasn't even born here. He's more American than like most actual Americans.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
just
true.
like by now I just consider us New Yorkers. Like you know, like we're not really like Mexican or Filipino, and like we obviously have to be proud of our heritage.
Exactly.
But
we weren't raised. Yeah.
It's like
It's different.
Yeah, I go to Mexico and I might be able to communicate with people, but at the end of the day, you're able to tell I'm from New York.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
just
by looking at you. Every time I go and like I look like the typical Filipino, and even if with my voice you can tell I'm American.
Exactly.
But even when I don't speak, people like look at me because they know, I guess, like the way I carry myself, that I'm not from there, which is crazy. Yeah.
And I mean, even though I eventually do want to move out of the city, I'm still like, I still have New York City pride. I mean, I fucking put on my arm, for God's sake, like permanently. And it's like, because that is what raised me. Like, even though my Mexican family raised me, like, I was out in New York learning from New York, you know, more. It's like, I rode subways. That's what I was thinking, like, earlier. Like, I don't, like, damn, this traffic is back. Because
yeah,
I used to be able to drive down the highway with, like, literally me being a single car and for miles. But, like, I didn't, like, I guess I can't really, after this happened, complain. Because I remember taking subway rides around the city, like, from the Bronx to Brooklyn, taking more than an hour.
Yeah.
So, like, if I get stuck in traffic for a couple minutes now, it's like nothing compared to what I used to do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just learned a lot from just being in the city and all the different types of people and situations you run into, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, unless I lived in, like, Mexico City, which is maybe, like, a little crazier than New York City.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the kind of person I am, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Where do you want to move?
Since I am in the, I guess, music industry.
Oh,
so
okay.
I kind of have to stay around here, but
yeah,
either Westchester or Long Island.
Okay.
Even though I'm leaning towards more Long Island because I rather go through Queens than the Bronx.
That's true.
Yeah, because it's like the Bronx is like, we all know the Bronx is a whole different animal. Even though I love the Yankees, that's the farthest I'll go. Like, and I have a friend that he moved up there.
Oh wow.
Like, he has a house with his family, but I'm like, and it's not far too.
It's not. You just have to get over the bridge. Yeah.
And he's right there, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go to no Bronx. Dude.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, but and also, just like the housing situation, it's like, for half of what you pay for a house here, you get like
more in Long Island.
Yeah, you get like
definitely.
everything you look for, you get it in a house.
Yeah.
Out there for half the price of like
something in
something
Queens.
super simple here.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so and hopefully it could happen soon before the interest rates go back up.
That's true. Yeah.
Because right now is if like, unfortunately, if you don't have money, it's hard. But right now is kind of the time to invest. Yeah. Before the economy like picks back up. Even though we don't even know like if it is gonna pick back up or when. Yeah. It's like,
it's hard to tell right now.
Yeah. Like I me being a freelancer, and it's funny how these places tell me that I'm like technically terminated, and it's like I could have assumed that myself. You didn't have to actually tell me. But yeah, it's cool. So I don't know how much time we have left, like, of memory, unfortunately. But I mean, you could always come back. Like, this is something I'm gonna do forever. Okay. If you have something else, once you get back out there, once you guys discover more cool restaurants and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You can talk to us about that. Yeah. Because right now it's hard. Like,
now it's all takeout.
Yeah, and it's cool, but it's like the vibe of the place is kind of a part of the experience. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. So whenever things get back out there, you guys, please.
Yeah, sure.
Stay active on that food page.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I'm a little fatty. I like to eat a lot.
Us too.
Yeah. Anything else you want to, I guess, plug or give a message before we wrap up?
I guess I'll plug in our food Instagram. What is it called? Oh, it's a snack life with a period in between, a.snack.life on Instagram.
And I'll post your page if you want to.
Yeah. So. Oh, it's not .Alysa. Right. Everyone always asks me, why is that my name? And no, like, because my name is spelled just like Alysa, right. But you have to pronounce it with like a Spanish or a Filipino accent, actually. Yeah. It's pronounced Alysa, and I'm not going to ask everyone to say it that way.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a friend whose name is Alyssa, and the only difference is that one S.
That one S, that one S is what makes it Alyssa. So that's why I made my Instagram as a joke. Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. So thank you. I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, no problem.
On your off day.
Yeah.
Because I know nurses have like crazy work hours.
Yeah.
Especially now, I assume, like, maybe not as much.
Well, I work, it's supposed to be 12 hours, but I work usually 13 hours in a day. Right. So and I work nights, so I work 8 to like 8:40 or 8:50 in the morning.
So you people complaining out there with your little desk job that, I work a lot, like, fuck out of here. Like, relax.
Yeah, I feel like I aged with this job already. So we'll see how.
That's cool. But I mean, at least you so far genuinely like what you're doing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's like what I tell people. Like, I might not have a 9 to 5 or like have security.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still fine. But
as long as you like what you do.
yeah, like I legit have a smile on my face while I'm working.
Yeah.
Which is like what I was looking for. Like,
Exactly.
who doesn't look for that?
Yeah, definitely.
If you're not looking for that, then man, you gotta
find your purpose.
Yeah, change it up. Go get some hobbies. I don't know.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you, Eliza.
No problem.
And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Other than that, thanks everybody for listening, or if you're
Thank
watching,
you.
thanks for watching. Next time, hopefully, is a better video quality.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, with your new
you
camera.
saw me yourself.
Yeah.
I just ordered my new camera, so from now on, we'll look a lot more professional. And I'll get myself another arm so that this weird thing isn't in my face. But thank you guys. Appreciate it, and stay safe out there.
Oh, it's a good look, baby.
Really good look, baby. Look here. Sometime wanna be your lover, sometime wanna be your friend, sometime wanna hug you, hold hands, slow dance while the record spin. Opened up your heart cause you said I made you feel so comfortable. Used to play back then, now you all grown up like Rudy Huxtable. I could be your bud, you could beat me up. Play fight in the dark, then we both make up. I do anything just to feel your buzz. Why you got me so messed up? I don't know, but you gotta stop tripping. Be a good girl now, turn around and get these whipping. You know you like it like that. You don't have to fight back. Here's a pillow, fight that. And I'll be setting separate plays, so on all these separate days, your legs can go they separate ways.
Tell me again, my baby. Oh, it's a good look, baby. Tell me again. Tell me over and over and over again.
All right, thanks everybody for listening once again. Appreciate it. As you saw, as you heard, I think the whole COVID scare is over, and if it does come back up again, once again, it's fine with me because this is supposed to happen. It's called nature. It's called survival of the fittest. And if you die, you die. And if you live, you live. Congrats. That's why it's important for us to stay healthy and give a fuck about our bodies. And if you don't, then it's cool. I mean, this is not like it's only Earth, guys. Like, there's other things out in the universe that your soul is probably gonna go to once you die. So if anything, you should be looking forward to death. I know you guys are probably attached to all these earthly things like family, your house, your car, whatever the fuck it is, your job, your entertainment, your feelings and emotions. But guess what, guys? This is only the beginning of your journey. I don't want to get too deep because some of you aren't ready for that conversation. But once again, thanks for listening, guys. I'm always open to suggestions. Once again, this podcast has an Instagram and a Facebook page. The Instagram page is @thehang_podcast. The Facebook page is simply The Hang, hosted by David V. And you can also hit me up on my website, davidvmusic.com, where you can also watch and hear the podcast episodes. I'm finally getting somebody to edit. As a matter of fact, as you saw, my behind-the-scenes guest was Sergio, my brother. He's going to help out with the editing. And I'm getting me a new camera, so it'll at least look good. Other than that, thanks. Stay in touch. If you want to be a guest, you definitely can be. Just let me know, hit me up. And if you don't want to and you want to hear about certain topics, we'll definitely make it happen, right? But in the meantime, stay up and stay happy. Peace.